swimmers for the next event come out now. It's 7 swimmers in the final of the men's 400 freestyle S12. Kalma from Estonia goes in line number 1. Anton Stavrovsky from Ukraine. In 2, Stefan Smagin from Russia in line number 3. Second Ukrainian, Danilo Chufarov in 4. The second Russian, Sergei Punko in line number 5. The Italian, Fabrizio Sotil. Can he get the Italians on the medal podium again? And the only S11 swimmer in this one is Dmitro Zalewski. This is a combined event. It's an S12 event, but there are some S11 swimmers. One S11 swimmer swimming up. Danilo Chufarov is the world record holder. Set that very impressive world record mark last year in the World Championships in Montreal in Canada. Kalmar nearest the camera here. Danilo Chufarov in lane 4. Sergei Punko in lane 5. The men's 400 freestyle S12 class.
Well, great start in lane 6 from Stile of Italy. That's the middle 4 lanes that are leading it out. Expect on the outside to see Zalewski of the Ukraine, the one S11 swimmer who's completely blind. He'll be having a tap on the back of the head for the turns. The rest of them you can see about a meter, so he'll see the wall about now, the rest now. So having to react very, very quickly, but all 3 of the leading men executing very, very good turns indeed. In lane 5, nearest us, Sergei Punko of Russia, the Paralympic gold medalist from London, has a very nice high-elbowed freestyle. Chufarov, also good technically. His left hand, though, has this slightly strange thing where it almost skirts along the surface, skates along the surface of the pool. There you can see, before it actually goes in, that means his elbow actually goes in first. If he ironed that out, he'd be swimming just that little bit more efficiently, but he's got great, great fitness and really has this race under control as we approach the 150 mark.
Sergei Punko going over there in second ahead of his Russian teammate Stefan Smagin. Punko was almost unbeatable for a long, long period of time. He won gold medal in the Athens Paralympic Games and in Beijing and in London and all the major internationals in between. So he ruled the roost for around about 8 years until last year when Danilo Chufarov came out, swam that world record-breaking swim in the World Championships and took the world title. Danilo Chufarov has been ranked #1 in the world since then, and it's the 2 of them are stretching ahead of the others in this field. Stefan Smagin in 3rd position, Fabrizio Sotil in 4th at the moment, but it looks like it's going to be a fight between these 2, and Punko is struggling to stay on terms with Danilo Chufarov.
Well, Punko moved up about 100 meters ago, moved up to be closer to Chufarov, but he was slower around the rotation of the turn, which meant that he had to work harder with his kick off of the wall, and that will have burnt up a bit of energy that would have come in really, really handy as we come now to the 3/4 mark of this 400 meters race. Chufarov still nice and snappy around the wall. Now expect these 2 men to really start trying to drive this 400 meters home. Increased leg kick from both of them. But Chufarov really looks to have this under control. I think if Punko tried to put a spurt on, I think Chufarov would probably have the answer for him. He's not quite so good around that turn, but then neither is Punko. They've both lost their snappiness, but Chufarov just turning on, finding another gear now. And interestingly enough, Paul, as he started swimming faster, it's actually ironed out that technical fault with his left arm, actually spearing the water much better now as he comes into the final 15.
It is going to be gold to Danilo Chufarov. He's the world champion. He's now about to become the European champion in a time of 4:10.19. It's not a world record-breaking swim today, but it's good enough to win the European title ahead of Sergei Punko. Danilo Chufarov again finishes ahead of the master Sergei Punko. Stefan Smagin from Russia in third position, ahead of Fabrizio Sottile from Italy. But it looked like Chufarov, as you said, Giles, would have had the answer to whatever Punko had to offer. Chufarov wins it. It was a slow race in terms of the time from what we saw last year in the World Championships, but it was the same result. Gold to Danilo Chufarov and silver to Sergei Punko.
Yeah, it really was a masterful display of 400-meter swimming. There comes the S11 Zalewski in a time of 5:07.06. That's a good time for him, and also on the outside at the top of your screen, Kalma of Estonia. Good time for him too, but all about Chufarov and Punko in the middle lanes.
Chufarov made that look very relaxed.
Well, and when it comes to the finish, yeah, typical S12 finish. He comes in and he's all kind of crunched up. And I think that'll be because he put that spurt on that final 50. That would have changed his stroke length. So all of these swimmers will be counting the strokes as they go down the pool. And it pushed him half a stroke closer to the wall, which is why the wall obviously would have suddenly come into view for him as he was about a metre away. Too late really to do anything about it, but it wasn't tight enough to change the result. Commanding performance from Chufarov.
Danilo Chufarov has followed up that world record-breaking performance at the World Championships with gold medal winning performance from Danilo Chufarov in the men's 400 freestyle S12. He takes gold ahead of Sergei Punko and Stefan Smagin.